Ready to go. Perfect. Hello, hello, ladies. Welcome to another live streams. Today will be super exciting. A lot of value, a lot of tips, a lot of secrets because I have a special guest, Vinuta. She has been my client for the past couple months and she has been going through a lot. So that's why she is here. Thank you, Vinuta, for being here and for, sharing your experiences. Do you want to say something about you, why you are actually here?
Hi, thanks. Thank you for having me. This is really nice to share some tips and just tell everyone how it is. I joined the program a couple of months ago, and really I was already recovering from an injury, and because of the injury, I sort of was less active. So this is why I joined the program, because I'm like, okay, I need to get into it. Get back on it, if you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And and along the way, I had this experience where I get injured and I need to recover myself in an optimal time, a bit faster than before. And actually, every time I feel it's getting better. So so I just no, good luck. Yeah. So anyway, so I just want to share this experience, and that's it. Really, I'm also really into health and wellness. So I'm very excited when I find a new tip or technique to try out, or a new wellness trend. So that's really my thing.
This is amazing. And that's also why I was super excited to actually invite you to this live stream, just because I know that you are into wellness, you are into health, you are also into recovery. So basically, recovery is our main topic today. And I know, ladies, sometimes you go through some injuries or you feel super sore after a workout. So we will be talking today about how important it is actually to recover, what is recovery, and how to approach it to see better results. So I want to start first off, what is actually recovery? We all always think it's just something that we are lying on the bed and that's it, something's going on in our body, right? It's super easy. But actually, recovery is the process that your body goes through when it comes to repairing and strengthening itself after exercise. Because when you work out, you usually, during the strength training, you actually creating a tiny tears in your muscle fibers, in every single muscle. You are breaking it down, basically. You are tearing it. And that's why recovery is super important, because we need to put those tears back together to become stronger, to grow, and to become more resilient. And if you are not recovering, it those tears will not heal properly. And that's why you are kind of feeling sore. And it can lead to severe injuries over time, or it can actually slow down your progress. It can keep you out of the gym for longer than you think. And basically, that's why we will be talking about recovery and why it's important to put those muscle fibers together, right? So, Vinuta, do you have any experience on how you maybe recovered, or do you have any injuries that you recovered from?
So my main issue is that I have this kind of a problem with the SI joint, and basically it affects all the muscles actually which are around this joint. And I found several times, I've been for different personal trainings before you and different types of exercise.
Yeah.
And I always found okay, that it's sore, even the joint, the muscles after. And the best thing which I have found is heat. Heat, application of heat. That is the best thing which I found for muscle recovery. It in a way it replaces, no, it enhances the blood flow to the area. That's and right. It helps the muscle recover. As you said, when you get these tears, you need the blood flow to send all the nutrients and all the stuff it needs to heal. And when That's you promote right. It's healing faster because it's getting more.
Yeah. So I just want to jump in. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to jump in. We have two kind of sorenesses. If you're feeling sore after the workout, a nice sore, you did some, workouts, then it's completely normal. You don't need to heal everything. but then it's super sore when you can't really move. Then that's completely different. This is when I would apply the heat packs, right? But not after every workout, because your body, with enough protein, with the nutrition that I'm gonna talk in a bit, it will heal normally. But if you are super, super sore, like you cannot move your body, you have been, for example, out of the gym for a really long time, and now you are coming back and you cannot move, you cannot sit on the toilet, then this is when I would apply those heat packs. This is something that you thought about?
Yeah, actually, that's interesting what you talk about, actually, because one of the things also about the heat application is that it's actually not good to do it directly after your workout, because when you exercise, you make these tears and it creates the inflammation. And when you put heat, you're making more inflammation. So actually, yeah, that's a really good point, that it's important to do it at least, let's say you work out in the evening, it's good in the morning, sorry. So then it's really good to do the heat like in the evening. You should really wait some hours before doing that.
Yeah.
And my tip actually for when you're really sore, the second type of recovery the pain you were talking about, is after the workout, which I was doing sometimes, when I come home and I really find like, oh, it's painful already, like after 1 hour or 2 hours after the workout, it's actually to put ice on it, like to ice it for like 10 minutes. And then it just like gets rid of some of the inflammation. It doesn't get rid of all of it, but it eases the discomfort that comes with inflammation. And then later in the evening, for me, it was like, oh, I'd have to have a bath, because
I love that.
Yeah, and it totally changed how I felt in the morning, you know, like after sleep, because sleep is like the biggest thing for the recovery. So after, in the morning, it totally changed how, like, sometimes I would wake up just because from this process, I would wake up with like no pain.
Love that. And I totally agree what you said, just because basically when you are tearing the muscle, you are creating a lot of inflammation in your body. That's why you might also be a little bit higher on the weight the next day, just because of the water retention, because obviously your body needs to process everything. That's why it's inflamed. But to actually stop the inflammation, it's really good to go into the ice bath or have a cold shower after your workout. Just like anything with ice, cold swimming pool, something like that, it will actually help you with the inflammation. And then later on, as you said, for like having a bath for just to recover, to sleep better and so on, this is actually really good to apply the heat. So bath is super important. I love that. And then now you said about the sleep. Why do you think like sleeping is super important?
Well, sleep is just everything. Like, it's just everything. I didn't sleep properly for like 5 years. When you have a child and you have to wake up in the beginning, like every few hours. So yeah, sleep for me is just really important. But in terms of recovery, I think that that's when all the regeneration is happening in the body. It's when all the healing, the regeneration, the removal of toxins from the inflammation, and everything like this. So this is why sleep is really important, because if you don't get good sleep and the body didn't recover properly, then you're moving into the day again, and basically it's piling up, you know, because there are things your body is doing every day, every single day. And recovery is just basically on top of that. So if you didn't recover properly, then you're doing everything on your day, and plus maybe even another workout. So then you're building it up, and then your body has to work even harder, like the next night recovery. So and it does catch up with you, because I believe that it's like stress, like anything, it has a knock-on effect, and it just builds up, and eventually it will crack. So
Totally. And I feel like so many people struggle with good sleep. And as you said, like it will pile up, because then if you're not sleeping for 3 days, 4 days, what will happen? We will start craving something sugary. And you're like, why am I craving the croissants? And it's just because you haven't recovered properly, you haven't slept properly. And then it will affect your nutrition, it will affect your workouts. So for example, if you feel like you are not working out properly, or you are not progressing well in your workout, or you just feel like super tired, cravings, or you are running slower, something like that, like you are not performing something right, then it can be the signs of bad recovery. And also if you are having these signs, and then you still push really hard, then what will happen? You might injure yourself. And this is a big red flag that we need to actually kind of, see at the first signs, and then to make sure we are sleeping first, and then we're gonna, go to the gym and smash it properly. So do you say, like, now I know like so many females are struggling with sleep. Do you have any tips how to have better sleep?
Yeah, just sorry, I wanted to go back again to the, as you were talking about sleep and how like we have cravings after like the next day when you don't sleep properly. And yeah, I just wanted to explain like why that happens in a different way. Because so basically when you don't sleep enough in the morning, your cortisol levels are like high when you don't get a good sleep. And when your cortisol levels are high, it makes you, this is the same as like when you're stressed, that these levels are also high. You get stressed and the way your body, like the sugar, basically when you crave sweets, it actually it like numbs down. It like what's the word, like, yeah, when it like numbs down, it numbs out the stress. It like reduces the cortisol levels, and this is where you crave like sweets.
Interesting.
Yeah, or when you're stressed. So yeah, so it's actually really interesting because when you like understand this part, when you can like go back to it. Some people, they're like, oh, I have a sweet craving. And then actually when you understand, like, and then you think about it and you're like, oh, but yesterday I didn't sleep very good. That's
Exactly.
like why. So it's like, yeah, really interesting actually. When
like from sleep, everything is happening. Like if you have good sleep, everything is working well, your body is functioning well. But if you suddenly don't have good sleeps, even for a couple of days, then you are fucked. Like, not gonna lie, like basically all the functions in your body will be super messed up, and then you will have to recover from everything that's going on. So yeah, that's why we need to focus on the sleep.
Yeah, like good sleep habits. Like, I know from my own experience, after like having my daughter, and like basically for 5 years, she was always waking me up in the night. And eventually when I hurt my back, I hurt the joint, I pushed it. I was like, okay, I'm going to sleep like on my own. So I was like, okay, my husband needs to do that and I need to just sleep. And it took me 1 year of sleeping through the night on my own to recover from those 5 years. And it was only after 1 year, and I felt like, oh, okay, I've had enough. I've not had enough, but I'm good. So it really is.
How did you kind of find out that it was 1 year? What happened after the 1 year? Like, did you felt any differences?
Yeah, I just felt, like I just felt better. I felt like I was not like craving to sleep. I was not super tired all the time. I just felt better. It was just something instinctive. Like I just knew.
Okay. That's really good. So what helped you actually to sleep better?
Yeah, so the tips for sleep. So I had a lot of things. So the first thing, which I think is really a really good thing for sleep, is a salt bath, like Epsom salt baths, or hot shower.
I love them both.
Yeah. And I have like these ones which I use. I don't know if you know them, but they sell them in DM. Is this Knip brand? And these ones, I really recommend them. They're like really good. They have this relaxing one. Yeah. So these ones are really, where's my camera? These ones are the best ones I've tried. I've tried to even like make my own, because I do like skincare formulation, and I like even made my own ones, but but they work fine. But this one, I don't know what they put it, what they do, what they have in there, but they have something extra that's really
okay. That's good.
So that's a good tip. Is salt baths. They like relax all the muscles in the body. So sometimes there's also important to understand, like when you have like say you have tightness in your neck, sometimes it's not because of your neck, but it might be something like in your back, like all the muscles are connected and they're working as a chain. So when you have a bath or a hot shower or something like this, it relaxes all the muscles. And when let's say the muscle which is pulling or the muscle which is connected to it is pulling, when that muscle relaxes, you find that like the other muscles relax. So that's why it's a whole body approach, I think, is really important.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. It really helped me with my injury with my quad, actually, because when I tore my quad, it wasn't pleasant. And so what I did, actually, it was applying a lot of ice the first 2 days, just like to reduce the inflammation as much as I can. I had some ibuprofen as well because it's inflammatory drug, right? So again, just to remove the inflammations. But from like when it got a little bit better, then I applied a lot of baths with Epsom salts, and it actually really helped me. And also, like, it doesn't work just like body, but if you're gonna have some candles, if you honestly relax your mind with this bath, everything will work well, because you kind of relax, you release the cortisol levels, you kind of increase the hormones that will kind of help you to fall asleep. I forgot that one.
Yeah, but yeah, basically, I can explain to you. Okay. So it's just to do with your nervous system. So the nervous system has two parts: the parasympathetic side and the sympathetic side. And so when we're stressed or we're in a tension or anything like this, we're in the sympathetic state. And basically, so when you have a bath, you're relaxing yourself to put yourself in the parasympathetic state. And the parasympathetic state is really important because that is when we heal, where it's called a rest and digest state. So basically, it starts switching the nervous system. And when you're in the parasympathetic state, that's when you go to sleep. You can sleep better because your mind is relaxed, and your mind is relaxed, so your body is relaxed. And so, yeah, it's quite important to identify which state you're in. And I think on the call the other day, there was one client, and she was talking about how she's awake, like she can't sleep. Yeah, and how she's like really like busy and doing lots of things around the house. And that is a case of being in the sympathetic state, like in a stress, because she's panicking. She wants to like get things done that she didn't do during the day, and etc. So yeah, it's important to like, it's okay to have the tools like a bath or a shower, or especially these like the salts. Usually they put like essential oils in them, and the essential oils also trigger this system called this limbic system. And this, when you activate it, it also puts you in the parasympathetic state. That's why people are into like essential oils and aromatherapy, why it's called aromatherapy. So yeah, so that's basically what you're talking about. That's what's like happening in your body.
Thank you so much. We are all learning something new. Just a question that popped up into my head, because I love saunas and it always helps me to fall asleep, to recover, to relax. Do you think it's the same as having a bath?
In some ways, yes. And in other ways, no. It kind of like has a different function, I think, because it's stronger. Like when you go for sauna, and it's also working on the nervous system too, in a strong way, because it helps relieve also distress from the body, especially when you go for sauna, and you also then go for the cold plunge, or go for the cold shower. So basically, when you switch, you're switching between these two states, this parasympathetic and the sympathetic state. So you're exercising the nervous system, but you're also exercising your blood flow, because when you go for sauna, you have more blood flow, right? So the arteries are like expanding, and then you go to cold plunge and the arteries are like constricting, right? So when you exercise the blood flow, so then it's pumping better. The blood is pumping better.
And it's also really good for the heart, right?
Really good for the heart. That's why it's almost like an exercise.
And would you recommend doing sauna like straight after the workout? Because I know there are two saunas, like the red sauna, and then like a normal like the heat sauna, basically. So I know the
infrared sauna.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, they're like different. They're different because the infrared sauna is sending the waves, like directly through the body, right?
I've heard
Where
this one is good after the workout,
yes,
but
I
not
think
the other
yeah.
one actually.
Yeah, I believe also that this one is good after the workout because you're sending the healing waves. Because when I go for physiotherapy, for example, and I think it's working on a bit the same level, we do there the ultrasound, like an ultrasound, and it was interesting. And it seems like nothing, but after I really feel the difference, how my recovery, like how my healing is after like a day or two, just sort of like boosted. And she said that to me, that it sends small like vibrations to like the deep muscles. And I believe that this and the infrared is working in the same way.
Yeah, I think so. I know like a lot of sports athletes actually, they are doing this. They have to do this after their workouts because they are obviously working out super heavy. Like they need to run, miles and be like always active. So I know they are using this infra sauna. But for example, me, we don't have it in my city, so I'm usually going to normal sauna. But I am trying to avoid it straight after the workout. But instead, I'm going maybe like at 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. just for 1 hour and a half. And then I am doing I don't do a lot of cold plunges in the evenings anymore, but I do like sauna for 10 minutes, then 10 minutes rest, then 10 minutes sauna, 10 minutes rest. Do you feel like it's okay?
Yeah, I think it's okay. So it really depends on sometimes it depends on the time of year, now today I went to sauna and it was just so hot that I was just okay, I'm really looking forward to that cold plunge,
yeah, that's true actually.
Yeah, so it really depends on time. It's true that sorry, people are entering my room. But it's true that in the evening it depends on different people. You sort of don't want to activate yourself, right? You don't want to get yourself all pumped up because you want to go to sleep. So yeah, I guess that it's okay. It really depends on you, and it depends how often you go. I find that when you go to sauna often, you just get better at it. You can stay in there longer. You
enjoy it even more as well.
Enjoy it more. So yeah, it's because I go once a week. Once a week.
Me too.
Now it's going to be winter. It's really good time for sauna, to help you, and it improves your immune system too.
That's right. Okay, so we've got already the sleep, sauna, and then we also have active recovery that I just wanted to quickly touch base on, and it's just low intensity exercises. So basically, when I say just recover, for example, after intense workout, I don't mean just watch Netflix 24/7. I mean, go for maybe a walk outside to the forest or go for swimming, just do some yoga, because really the active recovery helps to increase the blood flow as well to your muscles, and it will speed up the healing process. So for example, now I had really heavy leg session and my legs hurt. I can't really walk down the stairs, but instead of just lying in the bed, just crying that I can't really move, I actually went on a walk, hit my steps, and after the walk it got everything better, just because the blood flow really worked well and it helped to recover those muscle tissues. And then because there is more blood in there, it will heal much faster. So this was just quick active recovery that I wanted to touch base on. And then obviously we have
go on.
And then I just wanted to say we have a passive recovery, and this is actually when you need to rest, you just need to sleep, but it's mostly when you are super fatigued, if you are overcoming some injury, if you've been sick. This is the passive recovery that we need to take on if your body kind of shuts down. It's not after the workouts, it's actually when you're feeling sick and you can't move. So this is when you need the whole energy towards the whole body recovery, and then you can start with the active recovery, and then you can go into the workouts. So this was just quick what I wanted to say.
Yeah, and the other thing we were discussing before is about massage. That's another really key point, a key thing. So I don't know what kind of massage you do. One girl in the live chat, in the chat last week, she was talking about foam rolling, and I actually don't do that much foam rolling. I'll be honest. I don't know why. I don't find it. No, I find it too hard. I think I just find it too hard on like my muscles, and
Yeah.
I just need something more gentle and more, I don't know, controlled.
Mhm.
So I really like I have to my massage gun. I don't know if you
Nice
have one
one.
of these.
I don't have it, but I want to buy it. I want to buy it.
It's really good. Like it has like the massage gun has two functions. One of them is to massage the sore muscles, right? It also it relaxes them, and again promotes the blood flow and helps with the recovery. But the second thing it does, also connected to the nervous system again, is that it relaxes you, because the vibrations actually relax your nervous system, again putting you in the right state that you need for the recovery.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
so would you suggest to use this after the bath or any time of the day?
You can use it any time of the day. Sometimes I use it in the morning when I wake up, because I'm just like, maybe in the morning, like you have stiffness, and I'm like, oh, okay, like I use that, or I have like a heating pad or hot water bottle that also is really a functional thing.
Nice.
For this. So yeah, so this massage gun is one of the things, or I also, one of them's run away, have the massage balls. Like these are good for like the trigger points, right? I don't know, like maybe you can explain better the trigger points than me, but often when you exercise, some of the trigger points are like activated, and then they stay active unless you release them.
Yeah. And this is happening mostly on traps, or like on specific muscle on the back, for example, or you might feel it like a tension maybe in your hip flexors or in your knees, and it's mostly coming from the glutes, basically. So that's why you need this ball, and then you just need to massage the specific spot, kind of, and then you just need to, this is what I've done actually. I just put it like on the wall, and then I was just like massaging it, like hugging the ball.
And it's really good after like the bath or the shower, like after you have a heat, it just like, it makes it easier than like, then you're doing it for ages and nothing happens and you're like, why is it not going? But when you relax again the body as a whole and then you do it, it's more likely to release.
That sounds really good. Well, I feel like I need some massage now. But actually, I know some bodybuilders. I know we are not bodybuilders over here, but I know some bodybuilders, they actually use the gun before their competitions, just because they wanted to, instead of like stretching for like half an hour, doing like, I don't know, bunch of exercises, they honestly just like massage the muscles, and then they did only 5 minutes of, dynamic stretches just to warm up the joints. But the muscles were already warmed up from the blood flow going from the gun, which was quite interesting.
And why is that like better, like before the workout? How does that work?
So for example, I did also foam rolled myself before the workout when I was super sore. And it's, again, just because when you massage the muscle, you are bringing more blood flow into the muscle, into the area, right? So it will become more loose. I'll say it's loose. Yeah, tight. So it will become more loose. So it will prevent from any injury, especially if you feel tight, if you've been working out a lot, and then, for example, your hamstrings, your quads are super tight, then what you will do, you will just like increase the blood flow, and then the muscle will little bit like will become looser, basically. Yeah, but I don't recommend that. I still want you to warm up with dynamic stretches and so on. This is just like extra, like if you feel super, super tight.
Then, and so the last thing, which I also recommend, which I really had a big took on last year, like a bigger focus on, was about water and hydration. I think it is a really big important thing, because I had a lot of soreness like in the joints and with my discs and stuff, and I couldn't get over this point where I was like trying, like doing everything, but it like wasn't getting better. And then I read this book, and it was about water, like I can't remember what it was called. It's like, you're not sick, you're thirsty, or something like this. And he talked a lot about water and how when we are dehydrated, how the body starts to like shut off certain things, certain functions, and when and how hydration, like we need about like 1.5 liters of water per day just to do our basic bodily functions. So if you are exercising and you need to recover, or you're in a healing process like I am, it's really super important to drink the water. And when I started drinking, paying attention and really drinking this, like at least 2 liters, like, so I said, okay, I need 1.5, so then I need like a bit extra, right, for the like recovery or healing. And within like a month, you have to do it for like at least a month basically to see the effect. I felt the immediate difference.
I believe in that, to be honest.
Yeah. So and in the beginning I was actually drinking like, and though it is a bit of a tricky, drinking like spa water. Like I went quite a number of times to Mariánske Lázně, and I was doing the water therapy there. And then when I was here in Prague, I was buying like magnesia and this kind of water with the more this ones, and because they have magnesium in them, and often actually that was also another thing for the sleep, that and for this, like the magnesium is quite important for like sleep, for the muscle recovery, for the relaxation. And so water I think is also a really like important thing that we sometimes forget about. It's so easy to forget about.
Yeah, especially when we are super busy. I always have a bottled water with me, always. Like if I don't have, for example, like the magnesium in it, then I am just filling it up with normal water. And this is how I know how much I am drinking. Because sometimes if you are doing the glasses, you kind of forget, like, how many glasses did I have? Did I have just 1, 2? I don't know. And then we kind of like, even if we are thirsty, we are like, no, we are busy, you know, like I don't have time for water. But it's actually super important because it will affect, again, your sleeping, your hunger cues as well, how you are exercising, if you are dehydrated, your energy, your mood as well. So water, ladies, is super important. No excuses. We definitely need to drink at least 2 liters of water and take magnesium, especially if you are recovering, if you have muscle soreness. Magnesium on a daily basis is recommended as well. It's the only supplement I would want you to take, like 100%. So these are really good tips, actually. And then there is so many more, like yoga, for example, is really good as well to just relax, to stretch the muscles, again, just because of the blood flow, but also relaxing the nervous system to kind of repair itself. But also nutrition. I'm just gonna quickly run through the nutrition for just 1 minute. So ladies, nutrition plays a huge role in how you recover, because we are made from 80% of water, but also from protein. These are like, our cells are made from protein. So if you are not eating enough protein and you are within like 50 grams a day, then obviously you will be super sore the next day. So we always want to make sure that we are hitting the protein macro the most, because this is actually what will help you to recover faster. But it doesn't need to be just from workouts. If you give a birth, you know, then you need to have protein just to heal everything down there really correctly. Then even like if you have broken legs, tore muscles from like very big injuries, or if you just cut yourself, you still need to have a lot of protein, because this is actually what will put your muscle fibers back together again. Yeah, so protein is number 1. Don't forget to hydrate.
I want to say actually this I have a good experience from this, like since I joined the program, because before I joined it, as you know, I was kind of like under eating for like different reasons, which I didn't realize I was doing, and I had a lot of like tension, like in the muscles in my like lower back around the SI joint. And actually when I joined and when we started talking about nutrition, and I realized, oh, I'm like really not eating enough, and I started to eat more, this tension and this my back, it actually like relaxed.
Yeah.
So it's like the thing, like when you're like not eating the right things, the body's like reacting to it. Yeah. And I have actually one last tip, what I actually wanted to say before, with the muscles, is that you can use different creams. I don't know, like for the massage. So after the recovery, I actually would recommend like something like this. This is like called Deep Blues from doTERRA. But the key thing in this cream is that it has a peppermint oil in it. And peppermint oil is like very cooling. So if you're looking for something post-recovery, look for something, or post like exercise, then look for something which has the cooling element. But then after, like my husband, he also tore his quad, but the muscle in the back. I don't know what that one's called.
Like a hamstring?
Yeah, and the hamstring, yeah. And he, one therapist recommended this cream. I don't know if you know, it's the Mocha. And it has in it like cayenne pepper, and it's like heating. And actually, when you apply it and you put like heat on it, or you apply it and you just cover it, it like has this instant heating effect in there. And it has actually loads of really good, this one you can buy it in Prague, it has loads of good different things in there. It has like camphor and eucalyptus. They're also really good for muscle recovery.
A lot of herbals.
Also the castor oil. I think castor oil is like super anti-inflammatory like oil. So those creams are like also really good, like when you're doing the massage. It's like really nice.
Like when I was super sore or when I tore something, I usually apply deep heat cream, something like that.
Yeah, that has this deep heat cream. That's like in England they have it, right? I know. And, that actually it has this wintergreen oil in it, and that is the key oil that makes this also has the wintergreen oil in it. And it's the key ingredient that like blocks pain. It's like a pain reliever. So
once I actually touched my like face with this cream, oh my god, that was the worst idea. So just be careful, ladies. If you have those creams, don't touch anything else on your body. Quickly go wash your hands, because I've done this mistake and it hurts. So these are super strong to get you into the muscles to actually help you to recover again.
So that's it. That's all my like tips.
Amazing. I love that. Honestly, thank you so much for sharing all the secrets, all the tips. I hope that this was valuable and I learned a lot. So I am sure that ladies will learn a lot as well. So basically, just to wrap up, is also to focus on the right form actually when you are exercising to prevent the injury. Well, that's something, a different topic. But I just want to sum it up quickly. If you are kind of feeling sore after the workout, it's completely normal. We just need to realize like how sore you are. If it's like dangerously sore, then I would start applying those things. But if you are like nicely sore, then you just need to focus on nutrition, on the basics, sleeping, nutrition, and water. If you are super, super sore, then you can start applying those creams, sauna, yoga, those guns and all that, just to help speed up the recovery. But also don't forget to sleep like every single day. Don't forget to drink the water. These two are main keys, and the protein as well. But yeah, if you have any questions, ladies, drop us a message. And I hope that you found this valuable. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.